Skepticism can be good even if aimed at your own beliefs. Absolutely, 100%. And the thing is, most people are terrified to be like, you know how people say we are our worst, like, I mean, me as an artist, I am my worst critic. And I have to be that way as an artist. And it's not that I have to be that way. I guess I should say I choose to be that way as an artist because I'd rather hear it from me and make sure that I'm okay with my art, make sure that I'm okay, like not worrying about what everybody else thinks, because typically in the art world, you're just so worried about what everybody else thinks about your voice, about your music, about acting. I mean, I'm just speaking for myself, but you're so worried about what everybody else thinks. But if you are your own critic and you fully accept, yep, you know what? I'm not as good as I think I am when I really think about it. Then you get this huge reality check. And then when you get to a point of saying, oh, look, like I think I'm actually like close to industry standard, then it's like, okay, start actually listening to what other people are saying and be humble enough to take that critique and don't be filled up with pride and all full of yourself. And I think people need to do that same thing with their belief systems. They need to be their own worst skeptic. They need to be their own, you know what? I feel like I'm 100% sure about this, but you might not be 100% sure if you were to really dig into it. And if you were to realize, hey, I actually grew up and inherited these beliefs, but what if they weren't the case? And then they start looking into it and then they get scared and then they back off. And it's like, it's coming into that boundary of fear, man. It's like fear is insane, man. Fear will hold you back so hard. But if you accept in your belief system of being your own worst skeptic, being your own worst critic, because I'm sure the ultimate nightmare, and this goes on both sides of the spectrum, the ultimate nightmare for someone who says, I 100% believe that God is true. Their ultimate nightmare is like a diehard atheist. Like, I 100% don't believe in God. But I think these two should be best friends because they're going to challenge each other's beliefs and say, hey, what's the actual truth? That's why I appreciate those people. Even though I'm not on either side of those spectrums, I appreciate those people because I want every single last one of my beliefs tested. I want, I'm my own worst skeptic, but I want other people to be my worst skeptic as well when it comes to my belief system. And I think this is something that religion needs to inherit, because what religion says is, no, I'm not going to be like, I know what I felt. I know how I feel. And it's just so destructive. Like, so destructive to spirituality, to moving forward, to your emotional health. It's just like you are willingly choosing to believe a lie. Like, yeah, I mean, I talked about the placebo effect and the nocebo effect and all that kind of stuff. Well, I didn't talk about the nocebo effect, but the placebo effect. And it's just like that plays a role in this as well. So anyway, that's a long rant, but I think just like in the art world for me, like in my music and acting, filmmaking, whatever, even YouTube vlogging and stuff, like I have to be my own worst critic so that I can make, like, for myself. And so in religion and spirituality, I think it would be a totally different game if the people in religion and involved in spirituality became their own worst skeptics. So that's a great point though. So I agree with that. Challenging our belief would also require us to challenge said general worldview. Yes, which would be a kick in the gut of anyone's ego. That you're 100% right. But it's that ego that needs to be punched in the gut. So there's that too.